So let's begin our practice this evening to help take you into the evening to start to wind down either before dinner or before bed, and just letting the tensions of the day start to unfold. So this class is going to be all about balance and how we balance all of the paradoxes in the world, all of the opposites. So we've got male, female, we've got left and right, right, wrong, love, hate, all of those kinds of things, and trying to find that grounding in between where it can balance out. So for the practice this evening, we'll begin with a few yin postures, and then we're going to come to our seated pranayama and meditation. So please ensure that you have a strap or a strap-like piece of equipment for the yin poses, and then a comfortable bolster, cushion or block for your seat, unless you're taking your seat on a chair. So let's begin by coming to lie down on our backs, and just make sure that you have your strap with you. You can bend your knees as you come to lie down on your back, feet hip distance apart, head, neck, whole back resting on the mat, and just notice here how it feels to come down close to the ground. Perhaps it's even the first time in the day that you've really taken rest and pause. So now take your strap or your similar piece of equipment and bring your right knee in towards you, as close as you can get. And then loop the strap or the towel around the sole of the foot, holding onto the strap here. And with the hold of the strap, now start to slide your hands down so your elbows can relax all the way down onto the mat. No effort in the upper body. If you're familiar with hammock pose and have a yoga strap, so it's safe to do so, you can place the strap around the back of the head, just above the ears. So it's like you've got your little elf ears poking out. And adjusting the loop to be the right level for you. Now you may stay here, releasing the hands, and you may even wish to extend out with the left leg. You can extend out with the left leg, even if you're just holding the strap with each hand. You choose your variation of what you feel like you need today that's going to create the most amount of balance in your breath, body, and mind. And whatever kind of day you've had, wherever you've come from, just choose this time now to be your self-care time. The time that contributes to finding your balance, so that when you move out into your reality, that you feel like you can have balanced relationships, conversations, just a balanced perspective. No tension in either of the legs. Try and let them be as relaxed as possible, surrendering to the hold Surrendering to the support. Eyes closed down, if that feels okay for you. Starting to wind down from the day and reducing the stimulus coming in through our senses. And what you may find is that the longer that we hold the pose in a more passive state of being, that the body and the connective tissue deep within starts to unfold and release itself. And you may feel these little pockets of release, or the body naturally wanting to move a little deeper into the pose. And it doesn't have to be a huge movement, but it can just be whatever you're experiencing in the body as going deeper. That could just be your connection with breath. From here, whether your left knee is bent or the left leg is extended, now please take both ends of the strap in your right hand. If you have the strap around your head, just gently remove it and place the head and neck back down. And then start to open the right foot out to the right. Again, with the arm, you slide the elbow down until it comfortably rests on the floor or the mat. Another great option here, if your leg doesn't quite go all the way open, is to have a block or a pile of cushions to place under the right leg for support. You can place it either under the right thigh or perhaps under your right ankle. Then I just like to place the left hand just where the hip crease is, towards the front of the left groin, just to remind the left leg to stay relaxed and open. All the while letting the right leg surrender to the support of being held with the strap. And finding now your balance in the pose. Balancing your breath, balanced body, and ultimately the balanced mind. And it's in the pauses in between breath, in between poses, is where we can find the balance. So perhaps it's a balance of the busyness that your day had to now coming to more stillness and finding what lies in between there and how you start to equal that out. Don't feel as though your leg needs to go all the way open. Just go to where you're getting sensation to the inner thigh. And perhaps a little bit of opening to the front side of the left leg. And a little bit towards the left lower abdomen. If there's any gripping in hands, toes, feet, or breath, try to come back to releasing that, consciously letting it go with each exhale. And where the inhale brings renewal and the balance to the exhale. Please take another 3 breaths here. Conscious breathing, equal and balanced and complete. Making sure you're feeling the abdomen, the chest, and gently contracting that on exhale. Please now start to bring your right leg back up through center. We're not completely releasing this side yet. Switch the hands. So now the left hand takes a hold of both tail ends of the strap, and the right foot and leg comes all the way over to your left, however far it can reach. Sliding your hands down the strap so your elbow can rest onto the mat. And your right hand can be either out to the side, or you may just like to place it resting on your body if that feels nice. And just make sure your gaze is up towards the ceiling so that we're not overstretching or stressing the neck connective tissue. When you find your place of stillness, allow the eyes to close down and start to again focus back onto your breathing to find the balance with in and out breath. A beautiful outer thigh stretch and a lovely detoxification into your abdominal center, massaging all of the internal organs. And when we start with the right side, it aids in digestion because we work in the way that the colon works, moving from right to left. Our right lower quadrant of the abdomen is our ascending colon, which is where the food starts to enter into the intestines. So if you ever get pain in that area, it may be undigested food. It could also just be undigested impressions of your day or your emotions. So now it's time to increase blood flow to that area. When we gently constrict an area, it's really upon the release that we allow that new blood and oxygen to flow and restore, to heal that particular space. Relax your shoulders and your neck and any tension that has accumulated in the face. Relax. Are you feeling any more balanced? Just this short moment into the practice by focusing on your breath cadence, unique to you in this moment. And the reason why we're doing one complete side is to actually feel the difference in the body, potentially the unbalance effect of doing one complete side, noticing how different our right side is going to feel from the left temporarily, so that when we come to balance, we can appreciate it and recognize it. So now please bring your right leg back up to center. Really slow and gentle. Start to rebend into your left knee if it's not already there. Release the strap from around the right foot and come into your rebound pose. What a reward for all of that work on one side. So be super gentle as you come to lie down on your back, both legs extended for a moment in time, just to allow all of the tissues to recalibrate and rebalance on the right hand side. You may even notice some sensations moving around the body upon the release. And as you lie on your back, please now just bring your awareness to both of your ankles. And notice whether there's more sensation in one ankle than the other. And please try and bring a balancing force between the two. Please bring your awareness now to the knee joints and do the same thing. If you have more sensation on one side than the other, perhaps bring a little more attention to the least dominant side so that you can find balance between the two. Both hip joints. Each exhale, releasing a little further into the mat, relaxing. Both wrist joints. Both sides of your chest. And both shoulder joints. Balancing the energy between left and right. And now even going a little further and coming up towards the head, balancing energy between left and right ear. And both of your eyes. And then feel the breath moving in and out of both nostrils and trying to balance the flow between the two. From here, we come to our other side. So bend into your knees. Find your strap again. We come to the left side. So bend the left knee in towards you. Place the strap around the sole of the left foot, choosing your option of whether you're doing hammock or whether you're just holding onto the strap. So again, for hammock, just make sure that you're super safe here in your pose, so that when the strap comes around the back of the head, that it's placed just behind the head and above the ears. I'm going to hold the strap for today, holding a tail of the strap in each hand and then sliding my hands down so my elbows come to release down onto the mat, upper body relaxed, and the leg is supported. Now choosing whether that feels like enough of a stress to the left hamstring for you, or whether you'd like a little bit more into the front of the right thigh. So then extending the right leg straight, and then allowing the eyes to close down and the connective tissue to slowly start to open. So remember, in yin, it's not about getting as far as we can and pushing and pulling, but it's trying to relax more into the pose, surrendering and being passive, so that we're receptive when the deeper tissues of the body start to detension. Please balance your breath and notice how the balanced breath has a direct impact on your mental functioning and your state of being. It's now time to progress to our next pose. So take both ends of your strap in your left hand and start to open the left leg out to the left, getting a lovely inner thigh stretch. And conveniently, I have something to support my left leg. So if you don't and you want to, take this time to get cushions or something that you can support under that leg so there's not so much of a strain for the left arm to hold onto the strap as intensely. It's really lovely to just completely let go in the pose, to allow then the tissues of the body to open up before you without any real effort. Eyes closed down, and have the head and neck in a neutral position, so there's no strain on the neck. Just particularly for these longer holds, it's safer to have the neck in a neutral position. Again, if you'd like your right hand to rest on the top of your right thigh, just again to remind it to start to relax. It doesn't need to hold on or grip. Just send that gentle energy from your palm directly to that place on top of the right hip. And feel how there's this pull between the right leg relaxing and the left leg opening. And notice if you can identify feeling the balance between the two. It may be helpful to visualize the breath moving up and down the spine, the central channel, as a form of a balancing act between the left leg and the right leg. Complete left side of the body to the right side of the body. The lunar and the solar energies, masculine and feminine. In a few moments, it'll be time to transition So prepare your mind and body for that, and to not rush out of the pose, really trying to emphasize a smooth transition and to be kind and soft and gentle with yourself. Start to bring your left leg in, back towards center, and switching the grip. So now right hand takes on to the strap, and the left leg comes across to its capacity in this moment. Left hand resting where it wants to rest. And if the left leg doesn't quite make it all the way across, you start to slide your hand down the strap so the elbow can rest onto the earth below you. Perhaps you'd like to have a cushion or a block underneath the left foot or calf. So this side may feel completely different to the first side that we did. Just noticing how the outer thigh or the IT band feels in this stretch. And if you feel that sensation in the abdomen of this twisting and churning and detoxification in the abdominal center, so notice how lovely it feels for your digestive fire to be lit up and to be functioning. So now we compress the descending colon, which is responsible for elimination. So now as we start to come towards the end of the poses in our practice, think of it as a cleansing, a removal of the toxins that may have built up over time. Now trying to release them in the physical body, in the breath, and in the mind. Another few moments here. Please focus on keeping consistency in your breath and consistently letting go with each exhale. Perhaps even finding a little more space to twist from the center of the body as opposed to the extremities, so the legs and the arms. Please bring your left leg back up to center. Bend into your right knee to remove the strap from the left leg and place it to the side. We won't be needing the strap anymore. And extend both legs out long into your Shavasana and rebound pose. Allow the whole left side of the body now to balance with the right. Whatever sensations may be coming up in the body and being redistributed around the body, just let them be there, whether it's a tingling or a warmth, or simply a presence, a pulsation. And let's repeat that little activity to balance left and right. Please bring now your attention to the left and the right ankle. And start to notice whether there's any more balance between the two, or if there's still a dominance on one side. Please begin to balance the energies between the two. Balancing the awareness. Both knees. Both hip joints. The wrists. Both sides of the chest. And the shoulders. Left and right ear. The eyes. Balanced. And the breath moving through both nostrils. Start to balance the awareness and the movement of the breath through both of your nostrils. Both sides of the body completely balanced. Yin and yang, masculine and feminine, solar and lunar, left and right. Start to deepen the breath and to bring now movement into the fingers and the toes. And then rolling to your right side. Taking just a few moments here to just allow breath, mind and body to rebalance. And when you feel ready, please come to sit up to your meditation seat. So finding what you need here to feel stable in your spine, to feel comfortable in your seat. When you find that place of stillness in your seat, please just allow the eyes to again close down. Feeling the spine so tall and strong, and your breath and body balanced. We simply begin by now focusing awareness of when you inhale through both nostrils, the breath descends all the way down to the abdomen. It fills the belly and it expands. As you exhale, there's this gentle contraction of the navel towards the spine as the breath moves up and out through the nostrils. And please now continue with your Ujjayi breath, which is just that gentle constriction of the throat, so it may be slightly audible to begin with. Please just focus your attention on balancing the inhale and exhale with the awareness at the abdominal center. The inhale providing renewal and revitalization, healing. And the exhale providing a sense of release, mentally, emotionally, physically. And as we begin to soften our breath and soften our attitude with our relationship to body, breath, and mind, we start to feel this sense of gratitude, not only for ourselves and our health, but for all of those who are included in our life, for whoever we cross paths with. And particularly when we take seat, this really brings a different awareness to the purpose of our breath. So gravity helps us when we're lying down with our exhale. But in this seat, notice that you have to provide some level of exertion to contract the navel back towards the spine, which is helping to massage the internal organs and to purify the blood and the oxygen so that our bodies are clean and balanced. And if we haven't nourished ourselves in the day, that this is a chance before we take food in or we prepare for bed, that we really nourish our whole system purely by conscious breathing. And now for some more balancing breath work, please bend your right elbow and take your right hand so it's in front of your face, bending the index finger and the middle finger in towards your palm, leaving the thumb, the ring finger and the little finger free for alternate nostril breathing. Bring the thumb onto the ridge of the right nostril where bone and cartilage meet, and the ring finger onto the left side. Allow your eyes to continue closed as I guide you through the breath work. Please take a breath in through both nostrils and exhale out through both. Block right nostril with thumb, inhale left. Gently block both, and now exhale right, releasing the thumb but keeping the ring finger on the left nostril. You inhale right, and you exhale left. Please continue. That's one complete round. We'll aim for around 10 rounds, continuing in your own breath rhythm. Finding the balance of inhale and exhale equally as you alternate nostrils. If you get lost with your own breath flow or a little distracted, come back to starting with the inhale at the left nostril, out the right, and then it will be in the right and out the left. Never being too harsh on ourselves in our practice, and having that level of compassion for where we may have come from, different energies that we may have had around us or absorbed throughout the day without really being aware of it. And it's not until we come to our practice and we get still and we start to know what balance feels like, it's really then that we may understand that a lot of our activities or interactions may have actually felt quite unbalanced or destabilizing. So this is your practice. This is to bring balance, stability, and calmness back to you. And take that seriously, but lightheartedly. So precious and sweet. Let's take one more round wherever you are. If you're halfway through a round, just complete another full round where you finish by exhaling out of the left nostril. Please don't rush. Take your time to finish that wherever you are. When the breath descends out the left nostril, please lower the right hand. Keeping the eyes closed down, now continue mental alternate nostril breathing. So the same technique, but without your hands. Visualize breath moving up through left, apex point between the eyebrows, and then out through the right. In right and out left. Just continue with the movement of the breath with this technique. The focus really being the balancing point between the eyebrows, where the apex of the breath reaches each time that you inhale. And it's the space where you exhale from. Your breath is a direct reflection of the mind, and the mind is a direct reflection of your breath. So feel a quietening of your breath, a more subtle tone to your breathing. And the next time the breath descends out the left nostril, please release the technique and again start to feel the breath balanced between both nostrils, both hemispheres of the brain, both sides of the body. And to bring further stillness and quietening and calming and stability into your mind, breath, and body. Bring your attention to the center of the brain. And as we focused previously with the expansion of belly on inhale, simultaneously feel the expansion of light in the center of the brain. As the belly inhales and expands, you feel a similar expansion in the brain center. And as you exhale, it returns you to this seed of creation, place where it all begins. And softly rest in this space of expansion and return. Breath getting even more subtle, more quiet. And mind following suit. Please keep the eyes closed down and the breath gentle. But now just place your left fingertips onto the mat next to you. The left fingertips being extremely receptive. And placing them to the connecting energy of the earth and the ground below you. And place the right hand to the heart center. And for a moment, as we reflect on the balance of the practice, take a moment to reflect on one thing that you're really proud of that you achieved today. No matter how big or small, but unique and personal to you. One thing you're grateful for or proud of. And as we harness both the feminine and the masculine energy, please seal that gesture of gratitude and pride with the left hand over the right. The left hand representing the feminine and the lunar. Nurturing and protecting the heart space. And when we're balanced from the core of our body, it emits balance to the rest of the body and to the space outside of our body, all around us. And we ultimately feel more connected, more compassionate, and more loving. Please bow your chin down towards your chest to acknowledge your practice. Namaste. And thank you so much for joining.